What's up, my wizards? Dev from Better Mtg. I'm along here with my buddy
Tony.
That's my radio voice. Hello, Tony. We're still reviewing Oath of the Gatewatch. We're gonna do black. We're gonna do black today. Black seems like a fairly, somewhat, kind of strong color. So let's go ahead and launch into it. Why don't we do that? This is Calidus, Trader of Get. Calitas, Trader of Get. It's such a stupid name. Like two hard to pronounce things in there. Gahet. But no, in the spoilers, I sort of downplayed my excitement. You know, I was like, I don't really care about this card that much. This card actually is really good. How do you feel?
I haven't done much with this, honestly. I feel like it has a lot of strong potential. It's obviously, like, definitely somewhat powerful. I mean, it gives you like creatures at the cost of them having theirs exiled and whatnot. Like, there's definitely themes we can play off of with that. We also got like Grasp at Darkness for removal.
Yep. Oh, we'll talk about Grasp.
Yeah.
Yes,
like, we have so many good removal pieces
that
we can use to just like.
Yeah, I mean, Black still has ultimate price too. I mean,
Yeah.
Black has all the Ruinous Path, has all this really good removal. So something Languish. So something like this is fine if you can make it survive a Languish. But all you have to do is get the one activation, and it'll survive a Languish. This, and I'll talk more about it once we talk about this next card coming up too, but I have been playing with this card a little bit. It's very, very easy once you play this to get extra value out of it. And one of the most important things about it is that it just totally hoses like rally decks and aristocrats and stuff like that, you know. I mean, even if they say like, oh, I'm just going to sacrifice an Antugo Husk, you know, it still gets exiled, and it just totally hoses them. So against a certain deck in the format, this card is fantastic. But I don't think it's just sideboard playable. I think it is main deck playable, maybe a 2-up for certain reasons. But we'll get to that in just a second. Any other words on Calidus?
I agree with you. He does hose those sorts of decks and whatnot. At the same time, I also feel like in some cases it's going to be too much work. Like for the kind of reward that you're getting, like.
Well, you don't even. You just sit back and let them do all the work.
Yeah, this is true. Like against certain decks, against like
aristocrats mostly.
Yeah, against aristocrats, sure, that's fine.
But I'm not done talking about this guy yet. We'll talk about this card now, because this may be. I hesitate to say, this may be the card that I am most excited about in this entire set.
The card.
You know, it's the one that I've been brewing with the most.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Remorseless Punishment. All right. And there are people who think that this is like jank. Like it's complete junk. It's not going to see any play. It's a bad card. Brewing I've done with it so far, this card is freaking amazing. This card is incredible. I do want to make it clear, if they don't have a creature to sack or a card to discard, they have to take the 5. They have to lose the 5. And a lot of people are putting this as though like the main goal of the card is to make them take 10. That's not true. Like even if they sack a guy and discard a card, that's great. Like you just 2 for 1 them. You know, the next turn you can like recast this with Jace. You can get it back with Den Protector. You can get it back with Tassiger. You know, there's many ways to get it back and recast it. Mostly Jace though. And when I said I was going to talk about Calidus, Calidus is really good because this curves very well. You know, 4th turn you play your Calidus. 5th turn you play this. You put him in a spot where it's like, okay, you can sacrifice guys if you want to. If you sacrifice guys, I get guys. Yeah. You know, so it's a really high pressure situation when you curve in that way. Everything I've done mono black Remorseless Punishment, blue black, soul tie Remorseless Punishment. I've brewed up a lot of stuff with this card so far. And the ability to recast it with Jace especially is just mind blowing. Like 5th turn punishment followed up with a punishment again the next turn is unfreaking believable. Like, how do you I shouldn't have said any of that. I should have just asked you how you feel about the card. How do you feel about the card?
I don't know. Honestly, I've been on the fence about it since I saw it because traditionally these type of effects are usually bad.
There have been bad versions of this, yes.
Yeah.
There have.
And this is, 5 mana, and if it is great, it's great, but I don't care for it.
Right. And you're the kind of player that might like it. So that
Yeah.
says a lot, you know. One of my favorite spells of all time is Cruel Ultimatum.
Yeah.
Right? And this looks to me like a mini Cruel Ultimatum.
Okay.
You know?
Like an actual mini Cruel Ultimatum?
Like a small version.
To like Demonic Pact?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's true. But I like this more than Pact. I know you're a Pact player. Tony loves Pact.
Yeah.
Demonic Pact. With the amount of ways we have to cast this card over and over in the format right now, I had to look at it. I had to try and play it. And so far, I feel like I could cut green because Den Protector's good. Den Protector's really good. But if it was just blue-black, it'd be more focused. You play like a control deck, and you just try to cast this like 3 times over the course of the game. So far in testing, I really, really like this card. 5 mana doesn't appear to be too much. The format's slowing down. It'll get even slower once we lose, Monastery Swiftspear, Manus Rider, and a lot of these important... Even Siege Rider, that's an incredibly above curve card. And once we lose all these amazing above curve creatures, the format's going to slow, especially with all these big Eldrazi around. 5 mana is not going to seem like as much as it does nowadays. So I really, really like Punishment a lot. And I know we've been babbling about it. I just really want to get through how appreciative I am. Because this card, maybe it's just me, but I love this card a lot. That was a long interlude. What is this card, Tony?
This is Drana's Chosen. And, I mean, it's not good.
It's bad?
Like anywhere.
It's
I
bad.
don't like this anywhere.
Oh, I like it in Limited.
I don't even like this in Limited.
I like it in Limited.
It's
This is one of the better...
2/2.
But it's a good... Yeah, it is only 2 toughness for the 4 mana. That sucks. And 2 power. But it's good, really, incremental long game advantage in those sealed games that go long, I always like those cards.
It's a stalemate breaker. I get it.
Yeah.
It's fine. But,
I'd play it. I'd play this in Limited. There's a reason it's rare. Because even during the spoiler video, I was like, oh my god, this card's uncommon. I didn't realize. Or this card's rare. I thought it was uncommon.
Yeah.
The whole first day. If it was uncommon, it would be, sort of broken and limited. You'd see it too much, If you draft, 2 of these, you're just in the money. I feel like that's the whole reason they made it rare is because they don't want you to get too many in Limited. So, I think it's okay. I actually took the first 2 cards, so you tell me what this is.
This is No Color, and, man... Another 4 mana 2/4, and
It looks boring.
Yeah.
But it's also, just saying with Drana's Chosen.
Yeah.
It's yet another
mana sink and everything.
Just
So
gives you
it's not
incremental
terrible.
advantage and creatures in the late game and all that. Seems good.
Yeah.
Maybe in Limited, but just like Red, once you get past some of the key cards in Black, it's like the rest are just solid Limited cards.
Yeah.
Just like this guy, Malakir Soothsayer, super solid, 5 mana 4/4 body, that's good. Decent cohort ability, being able to draw cards is really good. But it's not going to see just 0 standard or constructed play at all. But I really, from what I've seen so far, from what we've seen, I like the Limited environment. I think it's balanced. I think there's a lot of good Limited cards.
Fair enough, yeah.
I think there's a power creep in Limited going on. It used to be 5 mana 4/4s were amazing in Limited. And now we see a lot of 5 mana 4/4s that have really good abilities. That is actually a fine ability in sealed. What's this?
Next up, we got Corpse Churn, and I'm not dissatisfied with this.
Yeah, me either. I guess it's fine.
A creature loop that just sends them right to the graveyard.
Yeah.
But then again, you can get something back that's already in your graveyard as well. So that's nice.
Players are always on the lookout for these, put stuff in your graveyard. Those cards, People like this. People like Tigum Scheming. People even like, Grave Strength. People like that. But this in a way is better than Grave Strength in some ways. Because Grave Strength is choose target creature, put the top 3 in, and then it gets counters,
Right.
This, you don't have to have a creature to play it.
Yeah.
Grave Strength, you have to target a creature first. So, this is better, but, being better than Grave Strength isn't, amazing.
No, but it is instant speed to it.
It
That's
is
pretty
instant speed.
awesome.
Is this going to make, Soul Flayer possible for the last 3 months it's in Standard?
No, we don't have Chromantic Orb.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. This is Grasp of Darkness, and it's a reprint, super solid reprint. And I'm almost joking saying it's the best black card in the format, but I'm also kind of not joking. This is exactly the removal that Control players wanted, Esper players wanted. You're an Esper player. How do you feel?
I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy. It's not Doomblade. Like, that's...
Yeah, I would have much rather. Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, I love Grasp of Darkness.
Me too.
It's a good classic.
Super. It's
I'm fine with
is it? Would you have rather had? I've been meaning to ask you this question. Knowing what format we're in, all right, and there's Gideon and stuff. Would you rather have had Bile Blight, or do you think this is better? Tough question.
Bile Blight is always better.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, this kills more guys than Bile Blight, but Bile Blight has a chance of killing like everything. You know what I mean? So.
Like, with all the efficient low-cost creature decks out there,
Yeah.
that Bile Blight can effectively shut down, it's just a lot better.
If we had Bile Blight, I think it probably would be better, just because tokens decks exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Monster and Mentor doesn't see much play, but Gideon sees all the play, and then you know you got your Hordling Outbursts and stuff like that. So you know, Bile Blight is good, very very good. But Grasp of Darkness, I think I'd rather have more right now. You're right, I'd rather have Doomblade than anything. But like Doomblade wouldn't kill Siege Rhino either.
Yeah.
Like nothing kills Siege Rhino, you know. Doomblade wouldn't kill Anafenza. This does. So that's cool. I just think Grasp is, you know, the best removal piece that we saw in the set by a lot. And it's going to see all the standard play. It's going to see 3 and 4 of standard play in the decks that it's in. You know, it's one of the only instant speed options that Black has other than Ultimate Price. And I'd say it's probably better than Ultimate Price. So, yes, yay to Grasp. Yeah, definitely. What is this?
Zulaport Chain Mage.
Chain
Wow.
Mage.
They named something that.
That should be badass.
Yeah.
A Chain Mage should be awesome. Just like chains everywhere. But really, he's just like a juggalo. He's got like a lot of chain wallets. It's just like...
oh. Wow. All right. That imagery.
Yeah,
Can't forget it now.
He's got like 13 chain wallets. He's at the Gathering. Wrong Gathering. It's like Magic the Gathering. You gotta think of funny things to say about cards like this because these cards are like not noteworthy in any way.
No.
Card's bad.
I mean, it's fine and limited. It's
Probably.
4-2.
Yeah, the card's probably fine. I hate that it's got 2 toughness.
4-2 with upside.
But we've already talked about, you know, Black has all these allies that have a cohort that like win in stalemates.
Yeah.
Like this wins in stalemates, and it's got the guy that you got 2 different guys. You know, one's a mana sink, one has cohort. They both make like 2/2 guys.
Yeah.
So you know, good long game appears to be a thing in Black right now. This is Vampire Envoy, and this will block for you until you get to that late game.
Yep.
I like this. I think it's weird that whenever it becomes tapped, you gain the life, but it doesn't attack very well.
Yeah.
You know, but still, 3 mana 1/4 flyers are good in limited. They are always good cards in limited. So, I draft at least one of these. You know, what's this?
Oh, we got Tar Snare. Hey, Tar Snare.
Hey, Tar Snare.
Fine limited removal.
Boom. Fine. You know, what was it? We had in the last set. I think it was Magic Origins actually. We had like Weight of the Underworld or something, and it was like they get -3, -2, and it was an aura.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like this is better.
Yeah.
Instant speed, it costs 1 less because that was like 4 mana for Weight of the Underworld. This is way better. Like people play Weight of the Underworld a lot.
Yep.
In that format, so like this is more than fine. Definitely play as many copies of those as you get.
Oh yeah. Great comment.
This is Untamed Hunger. You know, usually I don't like creature enchantments in limited environments, but this is one of those. You know, you throw it on a guy, and then like 2 swings later you win the game. Maybe. You know, so I might play one if I have like nothing else. I might play one of these. You know, but I know you're not really a creature enchantments guy in limited either.
It depends. Like if I just pull the deck for it,
Yeah.
then that's one thing. Like if I had a Blood Curse Knight plus that, I would be super stoked.
Yeah. Oh, Blood Curse Knight. Yeah. Yeah. I wish Origins was in this limited.
Yeah.
It's like Blood Curse Knight's awesome. It would be good with this actually. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
So, would it be like a 6-power Menace lifelink?
Yeah.
Pretty good. That seems fine.
Yeah, in limited, that seems dope.
Seems good. I want to play that in like budget constructed. This we're into the Eldrazi now. There's a lot of Eldrazi in Black. This is Inverter of Truth. Is it playable?
So, here's the thing. I believe it's Ruben Sessler, Channel Fireball.
There's a lot of good stuff on CFB.
Yep. He said this, and I'm gonna use his words because it's really, really insightful to think of it this way. So instead of seeing this as, some kind of combo trick or something like that, look at this as like an aggro, a very aggressive strategy, like the red-black Eldrazi thing or something.
Yeah.
Maybe we have enough pieces now. This becomes part of it. Once your guys get board wiped by whatever, you play this, and now all those guys in your graveyard are your gas for the rest of the game.
That's how I looked at it. I sort of looked at it like Doomsday. That's an old card from like Weatherlight. Basically, you just put top. You go through your deck, and you get 5 cards. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this right. You go through your deck, you get 5 cards. All right, and then you put those in any order, and that's your library for the rest of the game. Everything else is exile. Right? You just get 5 cards in whatever order you want. That's your library. And this reminds me of that in some ways. The only problem is, if this gets like Abzan Charmed or something, you're just completely screwed. You have 4 cards left in your library, and you're done. So, you run the risk of this just dying. We'll have to see about Inverter, but I definitely like the cut of its jib. What's this?
We have Reaver Drone. Yay!
Yay, Reaver Drone. We get a Savannah Alliance, like a good one.
In black.
In black. And guess what it can do? Block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloodsoaked Champion is obviously better. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But the Eldrazi decks.
Yeah.
Really needed a good 1-drop.
Yeah.
Like a really good, an actually good 1-drop. And this is it. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
We're here.
We're here. We made it, guys. This isn't like the one thing that makes that deck possible or anything, but it is a very important piece for that deck to have a 2-power guy first turn, and then next turn, you play Ghost Fireblade, you can go ahead and equip it or something, So, but really, that deck has a lot of really good 2-drops too. It'll still play Ghost Fire for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes the deck standard viable or anything, but it makes the budget, black X Eldrazi, whether it's blue or red, that much better.
Yeah.
So, love it. Love it. It has a drawback.
Yeah.
Drawbacks that kind of sucks. 1 mana 2/1s. It shouldn't have drawbacks, but it is black.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Ooh. This is another one of my favorite black cards, y'all. What's this?
This time we got the Bear of Silence,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy pretty good. He not bad.
Oh, this guy real good. To me, I think this guy's amazing. Sucks he can't block, whatever. Who cares? But a 2-power, 2-mana flyer.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. And aside from that, he can also Necrotal. You pay him for 4, you play him for 4, then he can make him sacrifice a guy, which is actually really good against some decks. We already like sacrifice effects, so we love Crackling Doom. We like Foul Invocation to a lesser extent. But against certain creatures, Ojutai, and Silumgar and stuff, these sacrifice effects can be really good. And note, against Ojutai, they can counter this, and as long as you paid the mana, they still have to sack a guy. Mm-hmm. It's when you cast him, not when he enters the battlefield, which is really important. That's insanely important.
Yes, it is.
So, do you have any thoughts? I've ran with this and 4 or 5 other cards so far. So.
You're cool.
Okay. I'm very excited about this card.
Yep.
Very. Will it see standard play, do you think? Or am I just going off the rails?
I think right now you're going off the rails.
Right. I was expecting it.
Right now we have Crackling Doom. This is not going
anywhere. I guess I don't mean, well, maybe I do. Maybe red-black Eldrazi.
I don't think it's going to put it into standard, really.
I want to see. I think this might subtly be one of the best cards in the set. Subtly. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's over the top or anything, but I think this might be in the top 15.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm serious. I'm so in love with this card, and maybe it's clouded my vision. It's possible that it's clouded my vision, What's this next card?
Flaying Tendrils, and yay, we got Drown in Sorrow back.
Drown
This
is
time
back.
it exiles.
Instead of
and-
scrying.
Yeah, and it's devoid now and everything. And that's fine. It's actually pretty good.
Oh, I like it. I hesitate to say it's better than Drown, because I really like scrying in a control deck. But exiling the creatures is really good, especially in this format with aristocrats and all that we've already talked about. So Flaying Tendrils, I think, is main deckable, because Drown was. Drown was a 2-of in a lot of Esper control, blue-black control. So I think this is almost certainly main deckable, and goes with some of the other cards we've already seen. So love it, especially with how good a target aggro is right now. It seems fun.
Not just that, man. It instantly tempo plays Jace. Like they play it on turn 2.
Yeah.
Your turn
Follow
3.
up on
you
turn
just
3.
boop.
Yep, that's true. I hadn't even thought about the Jace argument. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Just takes out everything, and exiling a Jace is actually really good.
Yeah.
Just get it out of there forever. This next card is, and I don't want to downplay how much we liked that last card, by the way. We didn't talk about it as much as we talked about other stuff. Flaying Tendrils was amazing. It probably will make the top 5 at the end of this video. This is Sifter of Skulls. We talked about Vile Redeemer for the sort of Eldrazi aggro or aristocrats deck, and this looks like maybe another piece for that. Do you think it's there?
Yes and no. Like, you have to build a little bit more specifically for this,
Yeah,
because
I
you
feel
have to
that way
focus
too.
more on non-tokens. And you're getting all these Eldrazi Scions one way or the other. Like, that's either got to go towards casting more spells, or, casting more creature spells.
I mean, it's another...
Or, having...
It's a cutthroat
stuff to do
trigger.
with it. Yeah.
So, and just like Redeemer, I like that you don't have to have an Antuco Husk to make these cutthroat triggers work. You just sacrifice for mana, That seems cool. And when I first read the card, I did the same thing. I was like, I wish it was non-token. But if it was a non-token creature, then it would be an infinite loop. Like if it were a token creature that died, you get a Scion, you sack the Scion, you get a Scion. So that would be obviously be broken.
Yep.
But I like that they gave it 4 power. That seems kind of cool. The Aristocrats deck doesn't really get 4 power threats, but also it doesn't really play 4 drops. So it's hard to say. It is hard to say. I'm not sure. What's this card?
Dread Defiler, and Dread Defiler is, well, Dread Defiler.
Yeah. Not really much more to say.
Yeah, it's 7 mana.
The name is kind of
it's
dirty.
Just a little too. Man, for a 7 mana 6/8, it makes me feel dirty. All right, because it's just terrible.
It's pretty niche. People have talked about this in the Ailey deck, but that's dumb. That seems pretty dumb. I mean, obviously, you sacrifice the creatures to Ailey, you gain the life, and then you exile them from your graveyard, and you deal the damage to them.
Yeah.
But it's just so much. It's seven mana, you guys. Probably we were talking about with one of these last Eldrazi, and the green set review. I think we were talking about World Breaker, and we are like, every color has one huge Eldrazi that won't see any play.
Yeah.
Probably this.
Yeah.
Probably. But you never know. This won't see any play. This is Havoc Solar, and I guess Hill Giants we call them. 4-mana 3/3s unlimited are usually fine, and this one can pump as many times as you have the mana for. That seems okay too. So solid playable uncommon and lemon, but
yeah, 4 mana 3/3s are usually good, and it's very splashable.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's got a mana sink. Fine.
mana sinks are usually good. I see solid 21st through 23rd card there. What's this?
Essence Depleter, and 3 mana 2/3s are usually good and limited, and there you go.
I really like that mana sink too.
Yep.
It helps you win in the long game, helps you get a little bit of life back, deal some damage to them. The black-white allies deck that likes to gain life and stuff happens when you do gain life.
Eldrazi's are even allies.
Isn't that
now.
funny? Yeah, it's a flavor fail. But this card really helps out that deck if you're drafting it. So I'm a fan. Oh, here's a card I'm a fan of too. This is Visions of Brutality. This actually made my honorable mentions for last day. It's a black pacifism sort of. They can still swing with it, but if it deals damage, they'll lose a life. So it reminds me of pacifism, and I really like, especially in limited. I feel like I like this card a lot. Any ideas?
I like that in budget decks actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Like your F&M standard decks and whatnot.
Yeah. Like you were talking earlier about what Blood Curse Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And this works well with Blood Curse Knight because it's not you don't have to have an aura, just control an enchantment.
Yeah.
So but obviously with Blood Curse Knight you can also use like real pacifism, stasis, snare, all that. So I don't know if this card really makes that deck, but at least it's interesting. I feel like it's considerable. So I like that they printed it. I'll just put it that way. It's a neat card. What the heck is this? I think we both have to read this card.
Causal X
Oh
Translator.
yeah, this is fine.
Oh yeah, Pump and Menace on an Eldrazi 3. Okay.
Yeah. I think that both of us may have overlooked this card. Yeah, it's yet another 3-mana 3/2.
Yeah.
There's like a million of those in this set. But that menacing ability is really good. Like you can do it as many times as you want. You have the mana for, and Menace is awesome. So yeah, that's a very playable common in limited. Yeah, all day. This is Causal X Translator. I really like the art, but there's really not much more to say.
Pretty much.
I do like that it's another thing that allows you to like helps you get colorless mana.
Yep.
That's fine. Doesn't have to tap. That's cool. So things to like. But again, this looks like a 23rd card. But it depends on how much you need that colorless mana.
Yeah.
So probably borderline.
Maybe.
Seems like it could block for days, but like I really don't want to pay 5 mana for this.
It might be like something in my sideboard if I need to speed up.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. This playable card. This next card is Oblivion Strike. And it's good.
Yeah.
Like not really standard playable. But what do you think actually? Like after other end rotates, I just want to throw that out there.
Still no.
Right, it's not.
It's only for...
That was a test!
Yeah, like it's only target creature for
Yeah.
4 mana.
True.
And it's sorcery speed. No.
Yeah, I hate the speed on it. I really want it to be instant speed.
Yeah, if it was instant speed and it was
Coming
just
for
exile
us.
target creature, I would be like, okay, possible like utter end replacement.
Possible.
Yeah.
If it were instant, yeah.
But
alas.
without instant speed, no.
But in limited, you play as many copies of this as you get.
Oh yeah.
And it's a common, so
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, in draft, you might be able to get like 2 or 3 copies of that. That's totally might be even first pickable, depending on what's in your pack. It's a fine card. What's this?
Scourer?
Scourer.
Scourer?
That's a dumb word.
Yeah. Man. Oh well.
Yeah.
And it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's very reliant on the colorless spells, and in limited that can be okay. But even then, like I don't foresee you casting enough to make this matter.
Yeah, like it looks like the kind of cards they made like just barely playable in limited because it flies. It's only 2 mana, but it's like colorless prowess kind of. I don't know. Usually you only play like the 1 colorless spell a turn, and even then you won't play 1 a turn. You'll play like 1 every 3 turns.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever. It doesn't seem great. But then we've already said there's a lot of colorless cards in black. So I mean you might be able to make this work, but even then, it's all right. It's just okay.
Yeah.
This is Slaughter Drone, which is also just okay. But it's a bear. 2 mana 2/2, and with the ability to get Death Touch seems fine.
Yeah.
So, again, playable. But, as we go down the list here, you'll notice that almost none of these cards are standard playable. But just very solid limited cards. Black has a lot of good 2 and 3 mana creatures, I'm noticing. So that's a good thing. What's this card?
Unnatural Endurance we got up next, and I like this just fine for a 1 mana combat trick in black.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually, and this is going to sound crazy, all right, but I was considering this for budget aggro decks.
I mean,
because you can save your creature with it from removal, from spot removal. That's good. Or you have the option of just getting 3 for 2 extra damage. But I do think it's not a terrible combat trick, not at all. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I think it's unassuming.
Yeah.
But that's a fitting card to be at the end. What's this?
Witness the End. Dun, 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 dun.
This is another card that isn't standard playable, right? But is like a hair away from being standard playable. I'm serious. I'm totally serious. 4 mana to get rid of 2 cards forever, right? On the 4th turn, so they're only going to have like 3-4 cards left, and those cards are probably part of their game plan. I don't even care about losing 2 life. Like they lose 2 life, That seems like, cool gravy and all. But them losing 2 cards forever, actually, am I crazy?
I mean, you're not crazy. I just don't think it's gonna make it in standard. Like, not.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't. I'm just trying to sort of play devil's advocate.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we go into like a Black Tron era in standard. Won't that be freaking crazy?
Great. That would be hilarious. Second turn you play your Hedron Crawler, and then third turn you play this. It's not going to happen. I mean, obviously it's not going to happen, but I just want to point out that them exiling 2 cards from their hand is great. This is a 2-for-1. A 2-for-1. Right there. And they take 2. Whatever. It's just not the worst card ever. It's not. I just want to point out, cards seemed okay. Alright, that's it. That's it. I love how we end the whole set review with, card seemed okay. Card seemed okay. But yeah, that is all the black cards for Oath of the Gatewatch. There are definitely some playables. We got a lot of solid limited creatures, especially. I like that. But as far as standard playability, it's Flaying Tendrils. Let's do our top 5.
Yeah.
Flaying Tendrils, definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Bearer of Silence. Is it in your top 5? It's in my top 5.
Yeah, like
maybe.
Like number 4 or 5.
It might be 4 or 5. Inverter might be in there. Inverter of Truth.
Inverter is.
And then Grass might be my number 1.
I can see
that. Grass might be my number 1. And then we get a big chunk of bad cards. And I'll put Remorseless Punishment at number 5 for me, just because I've obviously went off about how much I love this card, but I have to stay objective. We'll see. And then Calidus, I think Kalitas is in there as well. So maybe a solid 5 playable cards. Seems good.
I guess Kalitas could end up being sideboard tech against
Like
aristocrats. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want Calidus to go all the way. People are already saying like maybe Commander, obviously, But Calidus, he looked like he could be a sleeper, and there are already people trying to make him work and stuff. So we'll see. He's in my top 5 though. That's a solid 5, maybe 6 cards. So better than we did with Red. Red's like hard to find 5 playable cards in that color.
Man, for me, it's hard to find playable cards in this whole set.
Shoot, it's better than BFZ. I think so.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I
mean, BFC, like, a lot of people hate that set. And I've got a lot of people in the comments and stuff, and even on Mythic Spoiler, people are like, oh, this set's going to be so awesome. But, we were talking about this yesterday. Once you see the set as a whole in front of you, there's like maybe, like 4 cards you're sort of excited for. And the rest are like, But I think it's going to be a whole different ballgame once Shadows comes out, we get a rotation. These cards that, we'll have to take a second look at a lot of these. So that's all we got for Black for now. If you enjoyed the content, we really hope you did. We've been doing this for a long time now. 4 hours of reviewing cards. In any case, if you enjoyed the content, like, share, comment. Please comment. Let us know how dumb we are. Or if we missed something that's always important to us. And we'll see you guys next time. I'm Devin.
I'm Tony.
From SBMTG. Thanks for watching, my wizards.